Welcome back. In this video, we are going to solve the Pacific-Atlantic water flow problem. This is a classic coding interview question that tests your understanding of graph traversal algorithms like breadth-first search or depth-first search on a grid. Let's first understand the setup. We are given a rectangular grid of numbers. Each number represents the height of the land at that cell. Imagine this is an island. The left and top edges touch the Pacific Ocean. The right and bottom edges touch the Atlantic Ocean. Now, how does water move? Water can flow to any adjacent cell, up, down, left, or right. However, physics applies here. Water can only flow from a higher cell to a lower or equal height cell. It cannot flow uphill. Our objective is to find a list of all grid coordinates where, if rain falls, the water can eventually flow to both the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. We need to identify every cell that has a valid path to both the blue and yellow boundaries. A naive approach would be to iterate through every single cell in the grid. For each cell, we could simulate water flowing outwards to see if it reaches both oceans. While this works, it is very inefficient because we end up recalculating the same paths over and over again. Here is the key insight to solve this efficiently. Instead of thinking about water flowing down from the cells to the ocean, let's think backwards. Imagine starting at the ocean and trying to move uphill. If we start at the ocean, any cell we can reach by moving to a higher or equal neighbor means water from that neighbor could flow down to us. So, our first step is to start a graph traversal from all cells touching the Pacific Ocean. That is the entire top row and left column. We traverse inwards, only moving to cells that are equal or higher height. We mark all these accessible cells as Pacific Reachable. Next, we do the exact same thing for the Atlantic Ocean. We start from the bottom row and right column. We move inwards, climbing uphill to higher or equal neighbors. We mark these cells as Atlantic Reachable. Once we have finished both traversals, we simply look for the intersection. Any cell that was marked as reachable in both our Pacific traversal and our Atlantic traversal is our answer. These are the specific spots where water can flow to both oceans. To recap the algorithm, initialize two visited matrices. Perform a traversal starting from the Pacific edges. Perform a second traversal starting from the Atlantic edges. Finally, loop through the grid one last time to collect the coordinates that are visited in both matrices. The time complexity is big O of m times n, where m and n are the grid dimensions, because we visit each cell a constant number of times. The space complexity is also big O of m times n to store our visited matrices and the recursion stack. This problem teaches us the power of inverse thinking. By reversing the direction of flow, we transformed a complex problem into two simple graph traversals. Remember to look for opportunities to check conditions from the destination backwards.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.